See, my mom, she doesn't think my marriage is gonna last because my husband was married before. But that didn't really bother me because I figured he's coming to the table with 10 years of prior marriage experience. Split between 4 different women, but still. Like, I think I got a good deal on my husband. He was pre-owned, so I got him on clearance. And we very rarely fight, but I turned 42 recently. And thank you so much. And I think I'm going through a bit of a midlife crisis, right? So I said to him the other day, honey, I just don't feel like I know myself anymore. He said, I know you. Believe me, you're not missing much. I said, honey, be a little bit more sensitive, okay? Everybody has a midlife crisis, right? He said, I never had a midlife crisis. I said, honey, I am 20 years younger than you. I am your midlife crisis. All right, I'm going to tell you something else about my husband. He has the same first name as my father. So you guys are smart. I know you're paying attention. So you know that I am married to a man that is 20 years older than me and has the same first name as my father. Because sometimes the jokes just write themselves, you guys. Oh, man. But my best friend Erica, when I started dating him, flipped out at me. She was like, ew. You know if you say his name in bed, it's like you're saying your father's name in bed, right? And I was like, calm down. I don't say my father's name in bed. I say daddy. Solves that problem, right? Now, the thought of me saying my father's name in bed did not freak me out, though, as much as the thought of my mother saying my husband's name in bed. Thank you. So one day I asked her, I'm like, Mom, does it ever freak you out, you know, like the guy's named Randy, so we both say the same name in bed? And she said, oh, I don't say your father's name in bed. And I was like, oh, Mom, I didn't know you were kinky. What do you say in bed? Get off of me, I'm tired. Can't believe I haven't tried that one yet. Now, my mom and I do have one thing in common when it comes to the bedroom, and that is that we both sleep naked. And I do that because when I was a little girl, she told me at night I should let my vagina breathe. Anybody else heard this? You've heard it? So it's heard from a gynecologist. And my mother was not a gynecologist. But just to be safe, you know, I still let it breathe. But now that it's 42, it needs a CPAP machine. Picture it. Oh, but at least it stopped snoring. And I will tell you, on August 21st, my husband and I, we actually did celebrate our 5-year wedding anniversary. And thank you so much. Thank you. And do you guys know that every anniversary has an item associated with it? So your first year's paper, your third year's leather. Well, the 5th year anniversary is wood. And guess what my husband gave me? Nothing, you guys. Gave me nothing. Right? But I had to get a little bit more creative with his present, you know? So I got him this wooden plaque that said, World's Greatest Husband. And when he opened it up, he was disappointed. He said, I always thought I was more of a trophy husband. I said, honey, you've been married 5 times. If you were a trophy, you'd be the Stanley Cup. All right. Now, I did have a day job before I started doing stand-up. I worked for an insurance company. No applause, I get it. I get why that is. I worked for a call center, and I had to quit. The final straw for me, you guys, was when my boss told me that I was required to smile when speaking to the customers. Over the phone. Okay? Yes. Because my boss truly believed that a person could sense a smile through the telephone. So I said to him, look, when I'm at work, I just don't feel like smiling. He said, can't you just fake it? And I said, hey, if I don't do that for my husband. So I said, screw you and your rules, I quit. And then he asked me for 2 weeks' notice. I never understood why employers want 2 weeks' notice. Like, it's as if they think you're going to do work after you give your notice. That is like me giving my husband 2 weeks' notice to a divorce and him expecting blowjobs in the meantime. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. About a week ago, I realized I was like a day late on paying my cable bill. So I called the cable company to, make the payment. And I asked the customer service rep if she would please waive the late fee for me, since I was only a day late. And she told me no. But the worst part about that entire phone call was I could sense that bitch was smiling.